Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are we?
Fine, thank you.
We're fine, thank you.
Yeah, welcome to our today's class. I'm Teacher Faith. I'll be taking you through applying dietetic principles and majoring on enteral nutrition. Before we continue, I'll start by taking the roll call. Atito Brian.
Present.
Sharon Jepchirchir.
Present.
Esther.
Present.
Jesslyn Chemtai.
Present.
Said Nelima.
Present.
Said Waniela.
Present.
So today we are going to look at enteral nutrition, and we have two objectives that we are going to tackle. The first objective is definition of terms, and the second objective is on seeing the various enteral tube feeding that are found. So from the definition of terms, we'll start with the first term. That is on the first term that we're going to define is nutrient. And I'll request one of us to give us their own definition of nutrients. Say, Daniela, you can try.
Nutrients are elements that are found in our foods, vegetables, and fruits that are essential for normal body function.
Yeah, that's a good trial. So nutrient is normally the chemicals that are found in food that are essential for the normal body functioning. The second term is on nutrition. And nutrition is now the science of food on how those nutrients that we've known function in the body, majorly their action, interaction, and balance in relation to health and well-being. We have the third term, that is enteral nutrition. I request one of us to read us. Sharon Jepchirchir, are you able to see the screen?
I'm going to read for you.
Okay.
The first definition of nutrient.
Enteral nutrition, please.
Enteral nutrition is a way of providing nutrients to patients who are unable to consume an adequate oral intake, but have at least a partially functional GI tract.
Yeah, very right. It's a way of providing nutrients to patients who are unable to consume an adequate oral intake, but have at least a partially functioning GI tract. So no, this is a way of now providing nutrients to those individuals that are not able to feed orally, or their oral feeding is not adequate for them. Then we are going to measure now on the tube feeding. And tube feeding is a way of delivering the food by the means of a tube into the stomach or the intestines. Since we said it's partially functioning, the food is now directed into the stomach or the intestine. And it is indicated normally when an individual have impossible or unallowed oral feeding. We have two major routes. That are normally used in enteral nutrition. And the first route is on mechanical inserted tubes. The second one is surgically inserted tubes. The mechanical inserted tubes, we have the four of them. The first one is nasogastric tube. The second one is orogastric tube. And the third one is nasoduodenal tube. The fourth one is nasojejunal tube. So the first one is nasogastric. The nasogastric tubes are the tubes that are normally inserted from the nose to the stomach of an individual. The orogastric tubes, these are the tubes that are normally inserted from the mouth to the stomach. The nasoduodenal tubes are the tubes that are inserted from the nose. They pass through the path of the pylorus and then to the duodenum. The last one is nasojejunal tubes. These are the tubes that are placed endoscopically from the nose, part of the pylorus, then into the jejunum. So the names are from the abbreviations of the position in which they start and the place in which the tube ends. So majorly mechanically are 4. Then the surgically inserted tubes, we have the 3 of them. Someone can read us the 3 surgically inserted tubes? Okay, Faith.
Yes, we have
Esophagostomy. A surgical opening is made at the lower neck through which a feeding tube is inserted to the stomach. We have gastronomy. A surgical opening is made directly into the stomach. And we have jejunostomy. A surgical opening is made into the jejunum.
Thank you for that, Faith. So, esophagostomy is a surgical opening, and a surgical opening is made at the lower neck through which a feeding tube is inserted into the stomach. Gastrotomy, a surgical opening is made directly now into the stomach. Jejunostomy is whereby a surgical opening is made into the jejunum. So these ones are the surgically inserted tubes. So the two of them, we have them surgically and the mechanical. We have the advantages of enteral nutrition. We have the 3 advantages of enteral nutrition. The first one is that there is a stimulation of the GI hormones. The second one is that it ensures adequate nutrient supply. The third one, it offers physiological protection against ulcers due to its buffering effects from the gastric acids. So the importance of now providing enteral nutrition to an individual is that it provides the stimulation of the GI hormones for an individual. It also ensures that an individual gets adequate nutrient supply because they will have the nutrients that are essential. And the third one is that it offers protection to the GI tract from ulcers due to the presence of the food. The GI lining won't get one out, and they'll have the buffering effect. Those are the advantages that we get from giving an individual an enteral nutrition. So we are going to the summary bit of it. I'll request some of us, 3 of us, to give us what they have learned and what they are taking home today. What have we learned today, yes, Faith?
Enteral nutrition can be done both mechanically and surgically.
Yeah, that is very correct. Enteral nutrition are done in 2 various routes, the mechanically inserted tubes and the surgically inserted tubes. Someone else?
Okay, I've learned the surgically inserted tubes, which there are 3. Also, yes, there are 3. I've learned about them today.
Very correct. Someone to tell us any example of the surgically inserted tube, one of them? One of them? Elima, any type of mechanically inserted tube that you've learned?
Nasojejunal.
Yeah, very correct. We have nasojejunal, nasogastric, orogastric, and nasoduodenal. That is very correct. So today I'll leave you with an assignment. You'll have to state and explain 2 types of enteral nutrition routes. The ones that will be explained, the mechanically and the surgically, and it will carry 10 marks, and it will count part of your total marks. So thank you for listening, and God bless you all. Have a nice day and have a nice week.
You too.